What's up, guys? This is Caruso from Caruso's Gaming and Reactions, and I'm back with another video. This time I'm going to be reacting to our moon is artificial and built by aliens. Maybe. I am into science, especially astrophysics and cosmic phenomena. So space. I love anything having to do with the cosmos. That's just the way I am. I'm a nut like that. I just love that kind of stuff. I love astronomy. So, one of the celestial bodies, our moon, there has been a theory that it's artificial, or at least it was artificially placed where it hangs. Because the reason why people say that, and I'm gonna try to get to this, is because of how perfect it's done. So, the chances of it being this way, especially title locked the way it is incredibly rare. And I will just watch this video and then I'll talk a little bit more on the other side. Let's go ahead and react to it. Let's see what Smart Banana has to say about it.
The moon is artificial and we can prove it. Hello everyone, welcome to our channel. In 1975, Donald Wilson published Our Mysterious Spaceship Moon. Is our nearest neighbor a huge alien spacecraft? In which he provided evidence to support this theory. In 1976, George H. Leonard published Someone on the Moon, in which he reprinted several NASA photos of the lunar surface, claiming the theory above. Whether those mentioned above were right or not, we at Smart Banana decided to see some of the mysteries surrounding this natural or artificial Earth satellite. The mysteries of the moon. 1. The moon is too big. Our satellite is bigger than it should be, apparently older than it should be, much easier in the mass than it should be. Again, orbit is suitable for a body of this magnitude. Isaac Asimov, a Russian biochemistry professor and writer of popular science fiction books, said that
the moon, which has neither the atmosphere nor the magnetic field, is actually a weirdness of nature. Being bigger than Pluto, some scientists even called it a twin planetary system. Generally, when a planet has satellites around them, they are much smaller than the planet itself. So the Earth should have a larger satellite around 100 kilometers, but it's not like that. So looking around at the other planets and their satellites, and gathering everything we know about cosmography and cosmic laws, the moon should not exist in the Earth's orbit. 2. The age of the moon. When the first moon landings took place, several rocks on the moon were brought back to Earth. Between 1969 and 1972, 6 Apollo missions brought 382 kilograms of rocks, samples, pebbles, sand, and dust to Earth on Earth. Neil Armstrong's rock is 4.6 billion years old. In fact, our scientists estimated the age of the Earth and the entire solar system. But at the Apollo Appointments Conference held in 1974, NASA scientists announced bringing Earth 5.3 billion years old, 700 million years older than our solar system. 3. The moon is empty. There are countless clues that the moon is empty. Here are some of the scientific studies that show that the moon seems to be empty inside. The Apollo 12 mission installed seismographs and then intentionally collapsed the moon module, causing an equivalent impact with a ton of TNT. The waves resounded for 8 minutes, and at the end, Maurice Ewing, a co-director of the seismic experiment, said at a press conference, "He sounded like a bell." The same happened with Apollo 13, when one of the rocket stages produced vibrations for 3 hours. A team at the University of Arizona said that they thought the moon had a nucleus, but it is small. Lon Hood, the team leader, said, "I knew the core of the moon was small, but I did not know it is so small." In his book called Our Moon, British astronomer Dr. Wilkins states, "All data converge to the hypothesis that beyond the 30 to 50 kilometer depth, the moon has more or less free spaces. Large cavities, subtle tunnels, cracks, surface crack, The approximate volume of these gaps is likely to be 36 million cubic
Good
kilometers.
Lord.
Dr. Harold Urey believes that under the bark of the moon there are areas with lower density, possibly voids. And Dr. Sean O'Solomon of the Massachusetts Institute of Technology said that the results from the various Apollo research revealed the possibility that the moon was empty inside. Do you have any ideas of your own about it? Please share in the comments. 4. The magnetic field. I have a mandolin. The moon does not have a magnetic field, and yet many lunar rocks are magnetized. There are phenomena known as mascons, mass concentrations, which are large circular areas of unusually high density and a higher gravitational attraction. These are found in the plains of the moon known as Maria, which were once considered large. Approximately 1/3 of the surface of the moon that we see from the Earth is made up of Mare, while there is little on the dark side, and no one can explain why the two sides are so different. The moon is also suspected of having more magnetic fields. Data from Prospector Monthly Satellite revealed that the strongest concentrations of lunar magnetic abnormalities are located opposite the largest craters. However, in the absence of a global magnetic field, magnetosphere, no one can determine how this could happen. At the beginning of mankind, the moon did not exist at all. It seems that in the history of mankind, there was a time when there was no moon in the sky. This is made clear to us by the ancient writers Democritus and Anaxagoras. Aristotle writes that the area of Arcadia, Greece, before being inhabited by the Greeks, was populated by Pelasgians who occupied these territories before the moon was in the sky. For this reason, Pelasgians were also called pro-moon, meaning before the moon. By comparing 4 ritual calendars, Egyptian, Assyrian, Indian, and Mayas, Romanian culture scientist Victor Kernbach demonstrates that the starting point of these chronological systems is common around 11,500 BC. And, far from being arbitrarily chosen, he marks not a chronological beginning, but the age of great catastrophes in our solar system, known under the generic term of the Flood. A probable cause of these catastrophes could be the Earth's capture of the moon, more precisely the arrival of the moon around the Earth, with all the consequences and changes to the cosmic and planetary scales involved in installing such a neighbor in the immediate vicinity, including very strong reflux flows both at the surface of our planet, ocean tide waves, and within it, magma tidal waves, flood phenomena, volcanic eruptions, and catastrophic seismic movements.
Oh, okay.
One of the consequences, the sinking of Atlantis. Another possible way of capturing our satellite, actually the adoption of the Earth by the moon, some scholars say, is the rejuvenation of the Venus calendar, the brightest star in the night sky before the moon, and its natural replacement with the moon. These facts discovered over time are perhaps the most important aspects that will envelop the moon in an incredible mystery. Perhaps in the distant future, we will find out what the truth is about the natural satellite of the Earth. Or it might just be the moon. You know, the moon. It's made out of cheese. There's a man in there. The man on the moon. Andy Kaufman. You know, the moon. McDonald's turned it into a guy who sings Mac the Knife. If you like this video and have something to add, please leave your comments below and push the like button. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. There's lots of...
All right. Well, okay. There was a lot of information packed in that video. So, there's a lot of evidence to say that the moon wasn't always around the Earth. Obviously it wasn't. The Earth didn't just come, pre-packaged with a satellite. It had to be put, or it had to be captured. That's the word they used in the video. So our gravity, the gravity of Earth, captures the moon. Now here's the tricky part. Tidal lock. Okay, the moon affects our planet. It affects the tides. And if we didn't have no moon anymore, there'd be a massive problem of flooding everywhere. It's not just surface flooding with water, but lava It also, a lot of people don't understand that the moon also helps the flow of lava around the planet. That's why people have such a hard time not believing in higher power, because for something, a system like this, it's very rare. It's rare. Yes, we see moons and things orbiting around other planets, but not on this scale, not like this, not at this perfection. Okay, and it's not to this degree. I don't want to say perfection, but it is as close to perfect as you can get in terms of the moon actually stabilizes life here on this planet. There are a lot of things that happen because of the moon. Seasons, weather. There's just too much perfectness. Photosynthesis is important here. Um, the moon is such an important neighbor. If it wasn't there, our way of life would completely be different, and it just wouldn't exist the way we see it. And it couldn't exist. The weather here on this planet would be wildly out of control without the moon, believe it or not. There are a lot of systems that would go out of whack because the moon wasn't there. That's why people think it was placed there or towed into orbit. Some people think it's empty on the inside. Some people think it's actually mechanical in nature on the inside. The big trick is the tidal lock. People don't understand the moon does spin very slowly, but it spins. But because it's tidal locked to whatever your viewpoint, like when you're looking from Earth to the moon, even though it's spinning, we're spinning at the exact same speed as the moon. So we always see the same side of the moon. We never see the back side. It's not like the moon is spinning so fast that we won't see it. It spins so incredibly slow that by the time it does spin around, um, our Earth is already revolved another 24 hours. So we just stay continually tidal locked to the same side of the moon. That's what it means, tidal lock. That means we always see the same side of the moon no matter what side of the planet we're on, because it's spinning like this. It's like it's moving like this, but it's still spinning. It's crazy on how perfect. It's like two gears working together. So yeah, just an incredible phenomenon. I love this video. It was packed with information. I was completely locked into it, as you saw. So if you like my reaction to this video, smash the like button, subscribe, and share. And also go subscribe to Smart Banana. It is a awesome channel with tons of information, and they can use the support. So please go do that. I'm Caruso from Caruso's Gaming and Reactions, and we'll see all you wonderful people in the next video.